I don't know about you guys, but I like to shop. And if you get a brand new mall like we have in Bay Plaza, which we knew, by the way, that there was a possibility of it coming, then more people in the wintertime will go into an indoor mall, and in the summertime when it's hot, they go to the air conditioned in the indoor mall. It would have devastated that. But more so, they wanted to create X amount of jobs. And I said, make sure that we identify the Bronx site so that you can put there. They said, no way. When we said, you're getting X amount of money from us in government in incentives, can you pay a living wage? They said, no way. So then we said, okay, if you don't want to do business with us, if you don't want to hire Bronx sites, if you don't want to pay a living wage, if you don't want to use Bronx vendors for your paint and your plaster and your cabinets, then we don't need you here. And it was hard for papers like, there were some newspapers in the city of New York and the editorial board who took exception to that. They made it like if I am out of my mind because the Bronx being what it used to be, we should just accept whatever is given to us. And I said, no way, that's not how we're doing it anymore. Now, when you look at housing going up, there's been, since I've been in office, we've seen almost $1 billion in new housing. Majority of it affordable meaning 60% AMI. By the way, I'll take whatever questions. I just want to let you know how is it that we've been juggling government, and if government really wants to do something about it, and if elected officials really hold the ground, we can make business react in a way where it's good for them and it's also good for the community. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. We always want to fight. Everybody always wants to point fingers, and we want to blame Wall Street, and we want to blame banks, and we want to blame developers, and we want to blame the rich. I think there's more than enough that goes around. It's just how we prioritize, and when we get into office as government, how is it that we make it so that businesses know that they can profit, but at the same time, they have to be a good neighbor. When you want to build in the Bronx, guess what everybody needs? You need an address number. Guess who gives you that number? If developers want to build housing, they may want to have government subsidies or tax dollars called Reso 8 money, capital funding. Guess who they come to for that? So since I've been at Borough Hall, a number of things have happened. A, whenever you want to build a housing development, I want to know where you're going to get your construction workers from. I want to know where you're buying your kitchen cabinets from. And I'll give you a list of people in the Bronx who sell them or who want to work. I do that with the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation. We want to know where you're buying your paints. We want to know where you're getting your windows, where you're getting your cement. Yeah, you may have had relationships because you've been building everywhere else, but we also have vendors here in the borough of the Bronx. We want to make sure that you build in a sustainable way. So get a load of this. The Bronx, and nobody's telling this story, since I've been the borough president, the Bronx has been the leader in green build. We've had over $1 billion in housing since I've been here, leveraging our capital funding for it, over 13,000 new units, and they've all been built in a LEED sustainable way. All of them. All of them. If you come to me and you don't want to build green, you don't get my help. God bless you. You can still build the property. You can do whatever. You get no Reso 8 money. You better have had an address number already. But if you don't take care of a number of things, then fine. Then do it yourself. And because of that, this is the way that we've been chipping at the unemployment rate. Because of that, this is the way that we've been making sure that we're building in a sustainable way. You look at the mall. Has anybody been to the mall, the new mall in Bay Plaza? $300 million for that new mall. Not public dollars, private dollars. Young man by the name of Sam Shalem. But Sam needed help with certain things on the highway expansion, the ramps. And it was there that we were able to work with Sam and ask Sam for certain things. Like I said, the vendors. like I said, now he wants to create 1,800 new jobs, and that's what he did there. But instead of going through the Human Resources Department, instead of doing that, what we did is we had the Bronx Overall Economic Development Corporation, the economic arm of the borough president, and the Department of Labor in the state government come together. We did a screening of, we did a job fit 6,700 individuals. Out of 6,700, we identified 3,400 people that were really, really serious about taking different types of employment opportunities. Everything from custodial to managerial. And then we went to the stores, and if you're a store owner there and you needed 2 managers, then we gave you a pool of 12 people. And you pick out of those dozen. We don't tell you who. But I know one thing as the borough president, all 12 of those individuals were Bronxites. So over 90% of the people working at the mall live in the Bronx. And then when you have that the relationship and you have that respect, when a developer or a landowner or a billionaire like him, sometimes they only see profits, but when they see that I come to them in a very serious way, and there's a disagreement between them and one of their tenants,